welcome back to Wranglers Baseball. I am very excited to bring to you the start to our new season here, Season 2. Unfortunately, we made it into the playoffs, but promptly lost in the semifinals here last stream, so that was obviously disappointing. It was exciting to make the playoffs, but at the same time, it seemed like our ego was too high as we basically finished out our season with a 1-9 record. Only won one game on 50 ego, so that was tough to see. I started out as kind of a split ego 43 with batting and pitching, with fielding and base running at like 25, I think. And I felt like I was dominating the competition at 7-1, so I decided to switch things up. And I bumped it all the way up to 50. Actually, I went one game with about 45, and I promptly demolished the team. So I thought, you know what, I need to go higher. So I went all the way up to 50, and I told myself I was not going to go down below that for the rest of the season, and I promptly went 1-9. Somehow still squeaked into the playoffs, but lost basically in the best of three. I got swept. And the Logmen ultimately pulled it out, Mountain Division, so the Mountains win. If you're wondering about the Great Vacation League, Mountain versus Beach Division, the Mountains won the first championship in season number 1. So we are getting ready to start season number 2. I'm going to click on new season here, but actually before I do that, there have been a couple of updates to the Great Vacation League. I made some changes, made some exciting changes. Very excited to start by showing you those things here first. So quickly here, I'm just going to show you what has happened. And we have added 4 new teams here to the Great Vacation League. We now have in the Beach Division the Yellowfins and the Seafarers. And in the Mountain Division, we now have the Mountain Lions and the Woodsmiths. So 4 total new teams. Very excited about these new teams, and I'm going to tell you why here in just a minute as we quickly jump back here. We're actually going to go all the way out and take a look here at the custom teams. And what I really want you to pay attention to, there's actually been a few trades in the off season. Some of them on really just because some teams didn't like their players' names. I didn't think that was very appropriate, but it is what it is. And so we're going to go ahead and take a look here at those changes now. First and foremost, we have the Yellowfins here coming into the league. Brand new team. We're going to go ahead and take a look at their squad. They're actually going to be led by Freddie Chavis from our Red Rock Wranglers, Red Rock University squad. He just graduated, did not make it into the NFL. So he is coming to Super Mega Baseball 2, and he is going to lead the Yellowfins. The other big part of this is the Yellowfins just barely get into the league, and they make a big trade here, specifically getting rid of Dax Pine, who was their current catcher, and trade him for Tropicus from the Logmen. Logmen, who won the championship last season. They just didn't like Tropicus's name. He felt like that was too beachy, I guess, and so they traded Anthony Tropicus here to the Yellowfins in exchange for Dax Pine, which obviously makes a little bit more sense also, as obviously there are pine trees in the mountains. So in any case, those are kind of the big things there, as we have Freddie Chavis from our Red Rock Wranglers Dynasty. If you haven't checked that out, obviously you should. He is going to be leading this new team, the Yellowfins, and immediately they make a big trade, getting rid of their catcher, Dax Pine, in exchange for Anthony Tropicus from the Logmen, who actually just won the championship. As we take a quick look here at some other ones, we're going to take a quick look at the Mountain Lions, another new team here in the Great Vacation League. This team is specifically going to be led by C.J. Drew, really was our slot wide receiver, great player here for our Red Rock Wranglers Dynasty. Unfortunately, he was a senior and left the squad, almost 800 yards receiving in his first and only season with the Wranglers. He's coming over here to Super Mega Baseball 2 also. And so that is very exciting. He is going to lead our Mountain Lions squad. And then we have the Seafarers. So this is a new team in our beach division. We're going to take a quick look at them, and they are also going to be led by a previous Red Rock Wranglers player. We had quite a few seniors graduated, and that is going to be Van Cruz. He was a corner on the squad. He's still kind of wearing the red sleeves there, actually, even though his team colors are not the right colors here for the Seafarers. But he had an okay season for us. He was one of our starters at corner, dropped a ton of interceptions, but ultimately did have a couple of nice plays as well. So that's exciting to see him here on the Super Mega Baseball 2. The other one and the last one here is the Woodsmiths, another new team here for the Great Vacation League, and this one is going to be led by Obi McNair, one of our receivers that graduated from the Wranglers. So we're just kind of bringing over some of our players from our Red Rock Wranglers dynasty, dumping them in here to Super Mega Baseball 2. And so this is kind of exciting to see some of these guys coming over. Very excited about this. And then we had to make some other trades, really, because some teams were not happy with really some of their players' names. And so there were some other trades that had to happen. The Foresters specifically, let's take a look at them here. They made some changes here player-wise, and they specifically traded Jiri Ochirio. They get Jiri Ochirio in place of Withers Ocean from was obviously on the Foresters, but that doesn't fit with the Mountains. So Withers Ocean is now a Forester, and Ochirio is coming over from the Foresters in place of him, from the Aquatics over to the Foresters. So that was a big trade there in the offseason. Again, really just because of the name. The other big main one here is for the Wranglers, our squad here. We got some big changes here on the Wranglers, as we had a player by the name of Menace Reef that we really did not think made a whole lot of sense either. That seems a little bit more like an ocean name, with specifically Reef being the name. So we made some changes, retraded him to the Aquatics. The Aquatics made some big changes. Big changes here in the offseason. They were so close. They obviously made it to the championship and were close. They're making some changes to see if they can get back to the championship and become better. And first and foremost, obviously, they traded Bro Davis here to the Wranglers in replace of Menace Reef. So Menace Reef goes to the Aquatics, and we get Bro Davis in return. The only big other caveat to that was that they didn't really want to give up the power that obviously we're getting here with Bro Davis in exchange for Menace Reef. And so we also had to trade Wesley Scales over to the Aquatics to kind of give them a little bit more of that power back, just because Menace Reef is not the best of power hitters. He's pretty good in the field, and obviously can run. He's got a little bit of speed. But they kind of lost some power, and so we kind of take on Bro Davis, who's got some good power, some good speed, but his fielding's probably not as good as Menace Reef. So kind of a trade-off there, as well as obviously we trade Wesley Scales, who gives them their power back that they're missing. He'll be on their bench, but in his place, we are going to be bringing Morris Stewart, also from the Red Rock Wranglers, basically our second string running back who graduated as a senior. Obviously not good enough to make it into the NFL, so he is coming over to our squad here to play with the Wranglers. Another kind of a speed guy, which we obviously needed on the base paths here. I'd say that's one of our biggest downfalls last season. We didn't have a lot of stolen bases. We didn't have a lot of doubles and or triples because our guys are kind of slow. And so the Wranglers got better here with Bro Davis, a lot of speed, and Morris Stewart, a lot of speed. So we're going to have to get these guys on the field, get some steals for us, get some hopefully better, doubles and singles. Sorry, lost my train of thought there. But those are the changes as we move forward here into season number 2. So let's go ahead and jump into this now. Let's get into season number 2. Let's play our first game and see how this is going to go. We're going to switch things up also a little bit here in season 2. As we get things going, we're going to go custom here, and we've already edited our league, so we got all the appropriate teams in place. Again, the beach division is going to be made up of the bottlenoses, aquatic sharks, swordfish, yellowfins, and seafarers. And then in the mountain division, we've got the logmen, brown bears, foresters, wranglers, mountain lions, and woodsmiths. Again, we are trying to help you. We're trying to help you decide where to go on your next vacation, and or if you don't like thinking about it that way, we're just trying to answer the age-old question: what is better, going to the beach or going to the mountains? So we're going to try to figure that out here again in season 2. Mountains won it in the first season. We're going to see what happens here in season number 2. So let's get into this thing. We're going to start a new season. We're going to up it things a little bit here. We just played a 16-game season. We just played 7-inning games last time. Playoff series were just at 3, and playoff teams were just at 4. We're going to keep these two things here. Playoff series length at best of 3. Playoff teams is still just going to be 4 playoff teams. But we're going to up the innings to 9. We're going to play a full game here this time around in season number 2. And we're going to increase the season length up to 24 games. I don't want to play a huge long season or people start to lose interest. So I feel like this is the bare minimum, or I said the bare maximum is what I should say. So we're going to go 24 games, 9-inning games this time, but still playoff series best of 3 and playoff teams just 4. So let's go ahead and get into this second season. We're going to start off here going up against the Brown Bears. Very interesting start here. Brown Bears was one of the reasons why I initially moved up my ego in the first place, as I played them back-to-back in season 1 and just demolished them. And I couldn't decide whether or not it was because the Brown Bears were that bad, or if I really needed to switch up the ego. In retrospect, I kind of think the Brown Bears were that bad. I don't really know if that was the case, but let's go ahead and get into this one. Havoc Middleman, our ace starter, going up against Aldo Collins. Let's get into this thing. I am very excited here to start season 2. We're going to take a look here how things stand. Severus Sasso back kind of in the number 1 batting role. I think is sort of appropriate. Maybe. I think I actually might switch it up here and switch out our new player, Bro Davis, just because he's got a ton of speed. If we can get him on the field, maybe we can get some steals. So let's go ahead and just do a batting order swap here with, there we go, whoops, with Bro Davis. Swap it up, confirm. Well, what happened there? That's not really what I wanted to do. Come on now, get it there. I think I need to cancel, and we need to actually just take Bro Davis here and move him up to the, there we go. We got it here, guys. Everything else is going to stay as is. I kind of like having Severus Sasso down here instead anyway. And let's go ahead and get into this game. I decided 47 ego was kind of split the difference. 50 ego was just too high for me. I'm just not good enough, I guess. Maybe as I continue to play this game and get better, we can maybe increase it. But we're going to see how 47 ego goes here this time around. Again, I started out at basically 43 in season 1 and went 7-1. And so then I bumped it all the way up to 50, and maybe that was just too big of a jump. So now we're going to go with 47 and see how that works out for us. We're going to start up to bat here. Bro Davis, Nickel King, and Shaz Hatter. Very excited about some of our new players in Bro Davis and Morris Stewart. So let's see if we can get started here right off the bat here. Nice. There's a ball 1. Going to hold off there. There's strike one now, 1-1. We're going to try to continue to be patient. That was one of our downfalls last season, was not being patient enough. And Bro Davis strikes out his first at-bat as a Wrangler. And that is going to bring up now Nickel King. That was not a good at-bat. Right over the middle for strike one. Whew. Tried to swing at that one. That goes foul. There is a ball. Count now 1-2. Oh, and there it goes, and it bounces off of the second baseman, and that is going to end up being a base hit for Nickel King, getting somebody on base. That is nice to see here to start. And that is going to bring up now Shaz Hatter. He was one of our best batters really last season. Between him and strike one there. And Jack Lopez, they were probably our best power hitters. And that looks high, and it is. That's going to make the count now 2-2. That looks low, but it was not. And Shaz Hatter goes down looking, and that is going to bring up now Jack Lopez. Let's see if we can get him going here now with 2 outs. Nickel King on first base, and there is ball number 1. Let's go, guys, and there is strike number 1 to make the count now 1-1. Ooh, and that one's going to be a pop-up. Luckily, that goes foul. Count now 1-2. Ooh, that was close. 2-2 now. And caught looking once again. 2 players caught looking there. Not good at bats whatsoever. We're going to see Baller, Marshall, Hemi Piquel, and Zerwin Hogwash here to start for the Brown Bears. Not a good half inning there for the Wranglers. Thank you guys for coming out and watching, getting started here with season number 2 with our Wranglers. Very excited to get this thing going. Couple of big changes. We added 4 new teams, which is obviously nice and fun to see, as well as we brought some players over from our Red Rock Wranglers football dynasty. We brought some players over that just graduated, and they're actually leading some of the new teams that we've got. So just trying to have a little fun with this thing, trying to bring over some players that we recognize. Hopefully some of you guys recognize if you watch any of the Red Rock Wranglers dynasties, and that is a pop-up. Not sure if we're going to be able to get over there. I got to get on my horse, but not able to do it. Havoc Middleman started out last season really well, but then his last few starts, obviously when we were at 50 ego, we struggled. All right, going up against here, Zerwin Hogwash. That goes low and inside for ball number 1. Let's go high and outside. Ooh, and that one is hit deep. Trying to get over there. Ooh, turn around just in time. Nice play there by Shaz Hatter to catch that one, and that is going to be the end of inning number 1. With the score still 0-0. Thank you guys again for coming out and watching. I am very excited about this. Hope you guys are having a nice Friday. Friday the 13th at that. Felt a little bit like a Friday the 13th to me. But there is a nice hit to start the at-bats here for the Wranglers this time. One of the things I realized when I was at 50 ego was that I needed to be a little bit more patient when I was at bat, but I wasn't patient there and ultimately got a base hit. So maybe at lower egos you don't need to be quite as patient. Let's go here. Let's go here, Severus Sasso. 2-2. Now the count. Probably should have swung at that one. That was a little bit close, and that is going to be popped up. I think it is. And that is going to be caught now for out number 1. Severus Sasso plays in streaks. Like it seems like he struggles, and then all of a sudden he has a bunch of good at-bats, and then he starts struggling again. He's a very streaky player. That is strike number 1, and we're going to try to swing at that one. That's strike number 2. Looks Looks like a ball, and it is close though. 1-2 now the count. Ball to the inside, now 2-2. Ooh, full count. 3-2 now. Ooh, and there it is. John Johns hits one out there, but it looks like the center fielder is going to get it, and that is going to be out number 2. Nice hit, just not quite enough on it. That is going to bring up Ryan Dropkin, our third baseman. Let's see if he can get something going here. Ball number 1 to start here. Looks low for ball 2. There's the strike. 2-1 now. Ooh, there's ball number 3. We may load up here. Let's load up and try to power swing it, and that doesn't quite get through, and that is out number 3. What a play there by the second baseman, making that diving snag, getting it over to first for the out. And the Brown Bears are going to bring up Wankerstein, North, and Perkins now. Let's see if we can get a quick 1-2-3 inning here. 3 up, 3 down. Let's do this thing, guys. Wankerstein's got a bit of power. We don't really want to give him an opportunity to hit it. At least it would be in our best interest not to do that. Just trying to get the corners here. Let's go up and in on him there. Ooh, and he pops one up. I'm hoping that one should be caught by maybe Bro Davis there, and it is. Our new player in place of Menace Reef. If you missed the first part of this stream, we made some trades in the off-season. Menace Reef, no longer a Wrangler. In exchange, we got Bro Davis from the Aquatics. Feel like that was a fairly good trade for us, as obviously we get a little bit more power, maybe even a little bit more speed. But also in exchange, we had to give away Wesley Scales off of our bench, who probably was our best bench hitter with a bunch of power. But we replaced him actually with one of our players. As that one goes fair. Woo, get there. He must be pretty slow. That probably should have been a double, but he didn't get it, so that's lucky. Throw that one low into the inside here to start. But we replaced him from one of our Red Rock Wranglers players, Morris Stewart. So again, we get a little bit more speed, which is ultimately what this Wranglers team needs. We really didn't have hardly any stolen bases in our first season. Not very many doubles and or triples. You know, we're just trying to figure out a way to get a little faster, and I felt like we did that, so hopefully not in a cheater way. I didn't want to cheat anybody by any means, and so I feel like I made some somewhat reasonable trades, if you will. Next up here is Viago Chuck Roast. He's got a ton of power as also. Excuse me, I can't talk. We're going to start low and inside to him, and he throws one way up, but I think that's going to be foul, and it is. Now we're going to come back to the outside, and we got him fooled there. Now we're going to come back high and inside. That's going to be ball 1. Now we're going to come with the fork ball. And we got him. Strike number 3, out number 3 for the inning. And that is going to take us to the top of the 3rd. Our pitcher, Havoc Middleman, Bro Davis, and Nickel King up here to bat. See if Havoc Middleman can try to help himself here. Our pitchers last season seemed like they actually did a fairly good job of doing that. Not a bad start here. 2 balls. There's a strike. So now 2-1. Ooh, and base hit right up the middle. Gets through, and that is going to be a base hit for Havoc Middleman. Nice hit by him, and that is going to bring up Bro Davis, our new player. Unfortunately, he struck out in his first at-bat as a Wrangler. We'll see if he can do better this time. There's strike number 1. Count now 1-1. Now 1-2 now after the foul. And that's looks like that's gonna be a pop-up, and it is. It should be caught fairly easily there by the left fielder, which it is. That's gonna be out number 1. Not a good start here for Bro Davis. Nickel King now up to bat. Big sweeping curve there for ball 1. He decided to just swing, probably didn't need to there. 1-1 now. There's ball 2. Just take that Nickel King. Come on. Take it for the team, buddy. There we go, out to right field, but that is going to come up way short, just to pop up. That is going to be out number 2. We're continuing to get a base hit here initially each inning, but then keeping that person stranded. Hopefully that can change here with Chaz Hatter. Ooh, right down the middle, strike number 1. There's ball 1, count now 1-1. That looks low. 2-1 now. Ooh, strike number 2, 2-2. Looked a little bit low, but that gets over to first. Pitcher got that one fairly easily there. Gets it over to first for out number 3, and we continue this game 0-0. Hefty Martinelli, Aldo Collins, and Baller Marshall up to bat here. See if Havoc Middleman can continue to throw some good stuff here. Playing 9-inning games now. I got to remember that. 9-inning games. I switched things up here. We just played a 16-game season. Last season, just 7-inning games. And we're moving up to a 24-season schedule with 9-inning games. Let's come with the forkball. No, let's just come with the 4-seam fastball. Low here. Ooh, ball 2. Count now 2-2. Let's come with the slider. Low and inside, and we got him for strikeout. Nice pitching there by Havoc Middleman. That is going to bring up Aldo Collins. He's got a ton of speed, but that is about it. He is their pitcher, so hopefully this is an easy out. There is strike number 1. Fooled him for strike number 2. Let's come high and inside. Let's not mess around. Let's get 3 strikes. There it is. Strikeout number 2 there for Havoc Middleman. Baller Marshall now up. Let's get 3. Let's go 3 up, 3 down here. Start back up to the top of the order here. Pretty good power, contact, and speed here for Marshall. Ooh, nice pitch there for strike number 1. I felt like I missed it there, so luckily that was didn't get hit. That is a foul ball. That'll be strike number 2. 1-2 count now. Let's come high. I'm going to try to hit that corner, which we do. We got him for the strikeout. 3 strikeouts in that inning by Havoc Middleman. Great inning by him. Jack Lopez, Larry Curtis, and Severus Sasso coming up here for the Wranglers. Let's see if we can get a little offense going. Some of our best hitters really up to bat here. Really should give us a chance, I would hope. That was a little low. That goes foul. It's 2 strikes now. That looks low, and it is. 1-2 count. 2-2 count now. 3-2 count now. Ooh, and he is walked. Good eye. We'll say good eye. Questionable whether or not I should have swung at that last pitch, but luckily I did not, and he gets walked after getting 2 strikes to start. Gets 4 balls in a row and gets the walk here to start. 1-2 now count here. That looks a little bit low. That is a double play ball, and it is a double play as the Brown Bears get the double play on that one, and that is going to bring up Severus Sasso. Really, he should be one of our best players. Power, contact, and speed pretty good. But like I said, he's very streaky. There we go. That's a good start. 3-0. We'll just watch this one. 3-1. We're gonna go with the power swing here. Ooh, that was late. Ooh, that one is fouled off. And there is a base hit by Seafarers, and he's gonna go for 2, maybe 3. Can we get there? Why the heck not? There you go. That is a triple by Seafarers. What a hit. Not being afraid to take the extra base there. And that is going to bring up John Johns. Let's just get a simple base hit here, buddy. Let's do this thing. Pitcher seems to be struggling. There's a strike. 2-1 now. We just need a base hit. Just a base hit, and we're not going to get it. As Seafarers basically gets left stranded on third base. Score continues to be 0-0. Piquel, Hogwash, and Wankerstein coming up to bat. Oh, goodness. It's kind of how our season ended. Really, last season was just a bunch of games, very low-scoring games. And ultimately, we just couldn't break through enough. We'd score one run a game, but the other team would score 2. It seemed like the pitching was fairly good, but our offense just struggled. There we go, another strikeout for Havoc Middleman. That is 4 strikeouts in a row. And that is going to bring up now Hogwash. Pitching here seems to be going okay, at least to this point. Get him to swing there. There's strike number 2. And we're just going to let's come with the forkball right now and see if we can, miss that one. Ooh. That was probably a little bit lucky. Inside pitch there. JJ John should just be able to catch that one, and that is going to be out number 2. No strikeout that time for Havoc Middleman, although he had a chance there. And that is going to bring up Wankerstein. We're going to start with him high and inside just to switch things up a little bit. And there is strike number 1. Now low and outside. Now back low into the inside. There's strike number 2. We're going to end him with the forkball right now. Woo! Can't quite get it there. Should have tried to dive there. There's no way that one should have got past him there. Come on, Mr. Dropkin. You got to dive for that one. Slash me. Got to hit the button. Got him for strike number 2. Let's come back high and inside. Don't hit him. Let's come low and outside. Get him to swing, and he just dribbles one here. Get it over there quick, and there it is for out number 3. Got a little bit nervous there that one was not going to get there in time, but it did. As we go into the 5th inning here, still 0-0. Dropkin, Middleman, and Bro Davis coming up to bat here. We need Dropkin here to make a nice hit. Kind of had a bad play there on the last inning. There is strike number 1. Now 1-1. Ooh, there is an opportunity. Let's go ahead and go for 2. Maybe going to open here with a double. And we do, luckily. And that is going to bring up Havoc Middleman. Actually had a single in his first at-bat. Let's see if he can help himself again here with another single. And they are going to change out their pitcher here. They're going to bring in Lorenzo Trickster. I hope his pitches, he's got a lot of accuracy, but not much junk. So we'll have to see what he does. I hope he doesn't throw this sidearm stuff. Oh, and he does. That is not my favorite kind of pitching to face. I always struggle with this. 1-1 now count. Ooh, and there is a nice hit. Nice hit by Havoc Middleman trying to help himself. That is going to put runners now at 1st and 3rd here with Bro Davis up to bat. Let's see if we can do something here. There is strike number 1. Let's go, Bro Davis. Let's get your first RBI. Not going to happen. Oh, he's safe. He was safe there at home to make the score now 1-0. Runners now at first and second. I can't believe he was safe. There's strike number 1. Count now 1-1 after the ball. 2-1 now. And there is our pitch, and we blast it out to center field. Doesn't have enough to go, and it does not. Makes it out to the warning track. Nice hit, but it comes up just short. Great opportunity for a 3-run homer, but just not enough juice on that one. And now we're going to bring in here Shaz Hatter to bat. And there's strike number 1. He's still got a ton of power. I'd love to be able to see him use it. That's not a good start here. There's ball number 1. 1-2 count now. Ooh, there's a foul ball. Still 1-2. And that gets over the second baseman. We're going to try to bring a run home, and we do. Hey, what are you guys doing? Oh, come on. Hit the wrong stinking button. I'm terrible at doing that. I really wanted to advance all the runners, but instead, we're going to have bases loaded here for Jack Lopez. I did it on purpose because I really want to strike 2. I should pay attention here. 2 strikes now. Catching the corner every single time. Back to back to back. Looked like the same exact pitch. I definitely should have swung at one of those. Larry Curtis now up to bat. There it is again. It's that same pitch. There's ball 1. 1-1. Hit right to the shortstop. And we leave the bases loaded after my error, hitting the wrong buttons again. But we do score a run. Probably should have for sure had 2 there at least. Really was shooting for the grand slam there, but unfortunately Jack Lopez caught looking, unable to do anything with the bases loaded. Once again, we leave 3 stranded. We're really good at doing that. Let's concentrate here on our pitching. There is strike number 1. A little bit disappointing. I feel like that inning should have been many, many more runs. Strikeout once again. Havoc Middleman is having a day here with strikeouts. Continuing to pitch the ball well. Viago Chuck Roast now in here to bat. And he is fooled to start. Great way to start here. Going way outside kind of on purpose because I'm going to come back way inside here on this pitch. See if we can get him to swing, which we do. Now we're just going to come with the fork ball. Get him to swing, and again we get him to swing, and that is just a little one over to first base there to Nickel King, who gets it over to first for the out. Continue to play pretty good defense here as I'm talking. We got to get over there. Oh, just short. Shaz Hatter. Come on, man. Got to get there. Got to get there. That is going to bring up their pitcher, Lorenzo Trickster. Let's just try to get him out here real quick. There's strike number 1. Let's not mess around here. This is their pitcher. Let's just get him out and get out of this inning. Swinging it. There it is. That is another strikeout for Havoc Middleman. Wranglers still leading this one 1-0 now. Moving here into the 6th inning, Severus Sasso, John Johns, and Ryan Dropkin up to bat. Severus Sasso last at bat had the triple. I said he is streaky. Let's see if we can get him another base hit here at least. Strike number 1. There is ball 1. 1-1 now. Ooh, 1-2 now. That's not going to be a smart one to swing at. Should have let that one go. That probably would have been a ball, but the first baseman catches it there on the pop-up. John Johns now up to bat, 0 for 2 on the day so far. Let's go, buddy. He had a great hit out to the outfield, out to the warning track. Looked like I might go. Came up just short. 1-1 count now here. And he hits another one deep, but not anywhere as deep as he did last time. So the center fielder catches that one easily. And that's going to bring up Ryan Dropkin, 1 for 2 with a double today. Come on, buddy. There is ball 1, a little high. That's a strike. Nice pitch there. Had a lot of movement. And that one looks like it's just going to be caught by the catcher for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Wranglers. Moving into the bottom of the 6th, Baller Marshall, Hemi Piquel, and Zerwin Hogwash. Well, I'll have to see whether or not Havoc Middleman can continue to be our pitcher. Again, we're moving up from 7 innings to 9 innings, so I got to pay a little bit more attention to where the stamina is here with our pitchers. Havoc Middleman's stamina is dropping, so that is definitely something to keep an eye on here moving forward. Strike number 2, but he continues to pitch the ball well. I don't know if I need to change a whole lot there, as another strikeout here for Havoc Middleman. Yikes. Again, I don't know if the Brown Bears are that bad or Havoc Middleman is that good. One pitch right over to the first baseman for out number 2 now. Zerwin Hogwash now up to bat. Strike number 1 to start. Let's get another strikeout. I mean, why not? I'll be curious to see at the end of this one how many strikeouts he ultimately has. Ooh, that's going to be foul, it looks like, luckily. Let's go. 4-seamer up and in. Fouled off. Count still 1-2. Changeup now, low and in, far in on purpose. Let's go high and outside now. Woo, and he blasts one. I don't think I'm going to be able to get there, and I'm not, as a solo shot here. Right over the head of Severus Sasso. I don't even know if I actually would have hit the right button, whether or not he would have been able to prevent that one from getting out. Nice hit there. I thought that was the right decision, but it was not. As the score is now tied 1-1. Let's go, Bro Davis. What you doing there, buddy? Woo! Menace Reef would have got that one. Just kidding. North now up to bat. We need to stop the bleeding here. Maybe need to think about taking Havoc Middleman out. Don't want to leave him in for too long. Maybe that time for him to come out is now. Ooh, nice pitch there. Another strikeout, though, for Havoc Middleman as we move to the top of the 7th. The score is tied 1-1. Very exciting game here in our first game here in Season 2. Havoc Middleman is up to bat. I think right now is the time to take him out. So let's go ahead and substitute him. The question is, do I want somebody with some speed like Jefferson Howdy with a little bit of power, a little bit of contact? Mac Cheesy, a little bit more contact, not much speed. Trevor Did is our speedy guy. Maybe it makes sense to get him on there. Or we could go with Morris Stewart, which I think is what we're going to do. Got some power and some speed. Our player here from our Red Rock Wranglers dynasty making his debut today. Morris Stewart is going to come in to pinch hit. And let's see if he can do something special for us today. That one is high for ball number 1. There's our strike. 1-1 now. Ooh, and he hits it right over to third, and that is out number 1. Not a very good at bat here to start for Morris Stewart. He hit it hard, but right to the third baseman. And that is going to bring up now Bro Davis, our other new player here for the Wranglers. Has not really had a good start here for the Wranglers. 2-0, 2-1 now. And there's the pitch we needed. There's going to be Bro Davis's first base hit. And he's got quite a bit of speed, so we might have to think about trying to steal here with John Johns here at the plate. I think we're going to go for it right now. And there it is. Can he get there? And he does. He is safe. And that is the reason why we got him, folks, right there for the steal, putting him in scoring position. 1-2 now here for John Johns. And there is our hit, and it is going deep. Does it have enough to go? And it does for the 2-run shot. What a hit here by John Johns. Excuse me, that was Nickel King. I apologize. Nickel King with the home run to make the score now 3-1, and that is going to bring up Shaz Hatter. What a hit there by Nickel King. Just as I got Bro Davis into scoring position, he just says, you know what? I'm going to hit a home run. 2-1 count now. 3-1 count now. Let's do ooh, tried the power swing. Couldn't quite get it there. Let's try that. That goes right over to the third. Throw over to first for out number 2. Jack Lopez now up to bat. He is 0 for 2 so far today. And they're going to bring in another new pitcher in Abel Woody. He's got maybe a little bit of velocity, not much junk. Accuracy is kind of middle of the road. Hopefully we can take advantage of him a little bit here. I don't know if we will be able to, but there's strike number 1. Oh, just a dribbler right back to him. Gets it over to first. And then that is going to be out number 3. And now we got to take out, obviously, Morris Stewart because he's not a pitcher. And let's bring in, who should we go with here? Let's go with Emmett Beefy. He's going to be our new pitcher. He's going to face Dolly Perkins, Vigo Chuckroast, and Hefty Martinelli. But the Wranglers now lead here in the 7th inning. Dolly Perkins 0 for 2 so far today. Havoc Middleman had a great day, but he was getting starting to get a little bit nerve-wracking. He had a ton of strikeouts at the end here. I'm really going to be interested to see how many he ultimately had. But it was time to make a change here as we get into the 7th inning. Chuck Roast also here 0 for 2 on the day. There's ball number 1. Not a ton of pitch options here for Mr. Beefy. Let's come with the curveball here to the outside. Let's come with the changeup high and inside. Ooh, I don't know if that's a good spot. Ooh, it is. Strike number 2. 2-2 count. I wanna get him out right now. Ooh, that was pretty close. That was pretty close. Ooh. Bro Davis gets that one, throws it over to first base, and that is out number 2. And that is going to bring up Hefty Martinelli, who is 1 for 2 today with a double. He's got a ton of power, so we really don't want to give him anything easy to hit. I don't love curveballs. They make me nervous. Ooh, but it worked out that time. Now we're going to come high and inside. Oh, come on. Low. There we go. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's come back high and inside here. 3-2 count now. Now let's go change up to the outside. Ooh, and he gets a hold of that one. Luckily goes foul. 3-2 now. Whew. Back to the high and inside, and he is walked. Good eye there as he gets onto first base, and that is going to bring up their pitcher, Abel Woody. Hopefully this is a quick out here. I'm sure he's going to try to help himself, but I don't want to allow it. Ooh, but he hits one up high. Let's get up on there. Come on, guys. That's going to be close to scoring a run. But no, that was my mistake there. Bad play on the ball. Should have been an out, but it was not. So now we got to concentrate and get this out here back at the top of the order. Let's go change up low and outside. One ball and one strike. Let's go high and inside. That's going to be foul. 1 and 2 now. I want to get him out, and I want to get him out right now. Oh. Let's come with the four-seamer low and to the outside. Oh, another close pitch it looked like there. Oh, nice hit right up the middle. That's going to bring a run home, and that's going to make the score now 3-2. Hemi Piquel up to bat. We got to get an out here, guys. We don't need this 2-out rally junk. Let's go. All right. Now you need to throw a strike here, buddy. 2-1 count now. Let's come with the curve. Low into the inside. 2-2 count now. Let's go four-seamer right there, and there it is. Finally get that last out as we move it here into the top of the 8th. Larry Curtis, Seafarers Sasso, and J.J. John's up to bat here in a close one, 3-2. Woo! Let's go, Larry Curtis. Let's get a base hit here. Trying to be patient. Ooh, and that one is probably would have been ended up being low. That's going to make it 0-2, and there is the strikeout looking. Not a good choice there. Seafarers Sasso now up to bat. Come on, buddy. We need you to do something special for us here. There is strike number 1. Right back up the middle. It bounces off of the pitcher's glove, but he still gets it over to first for out number 2. And that's going to bring up J.J. Johns. I kept saying he was the one that hit the home run, but he has not done anything so far today. He is currently 0 for 3. Count now 1-1. Infield playing back there. Shortstop gets it, throws it over to the first, and quick 3 up, 3 down for the Wranglers as we move into the bottom of the 8th. Hogwash, Wankerstein, and North coming up to bat here. We may have to think about throwing in another pitcher here. Emmett Beefy really hasn't been showing us very good stuff here. As Seafarers Sasso dropping back. Hopefully he's going to be able to get there, and he does for out number 1. 2 for 3 with 2 singles here. Wankerstein, I really don't want to give him anything to hit. There's strike number 1. That's a good start. Come with the changeup high into the inside. That is 2 strikes. Let's come with the curve now to the outside. Way outside, and see if we can catch him off guard. Nope. All right, back into the inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. What do we want to go with here? Ooh, that's going to be missed. Full count. Struggling, controlling Emmett Beefy's stuff here, but we get the strikeout there. And that is going to bring up North now, who is 1 for 3 on the day with a single. He is full to start. That's a good way to start here. That's not a good pitch. Ooh, but luckily that is a strike. We're going to come with the curveball here. And that one is hit. We're going to try to get over there. And we do. Shaz Hatter gets over there just in time. Now up in the 9th, Ryan Dropkin, Emmett Beefy, and Bro Davis. Score still 3-2. What a game here. First game, season 2. Going up against the Brown Bears. Let's see if we can get something going here, at least to start with Ryan Dropkin. There is ball number 1. Outside for ball 2. There's a strike. 2-1 now. And there is a hit right up the middle. That's going to be a nice start here to this inning. We're going to take out Emmett Beefy. We're going to substitute him. And we are going to go with, I think here, we already got a man on first. We need whoever's got probably the best contact, maybe Mac Cheesy. Let's go with Mac Cheesy. See if he can do something special for us here. There's strike number one. Ooh, and there is a hit right back up the middle to put runners now at first and second base. Nice change there. And that is going to bring us back to the top of the order here with Bro Davis, just 1 for 4 today. Does have a single and an RBI. There's strike number one to start. Ooh, that was high. Shouldn't have swung at that one. Strike two. Same pitch. 1-2 now. Fouled off. Still 1-2. Ooh, and he gets hit. Very interesting. That is going to make the bases loaded here with Nickel King. Was able to have a home run. Last at bat. Let's get another one here. Let's do the grand salami. Strike number one. Inside now, 1-1. Ah, that's going to get to the center fielder. Let's get everybody back. That's just going to be out number one, though. Shaz Hatter now up to bat. Just need a base hit here. Let's go. Bases loaded. We do not want to leave these guys stranded. Count now 1-1. There is our pitch, and it gets over the baseman here. Let's keep it going here, guys. Keep it going. Everybody keep running around. Couldn't quite get there in time, but we do score 2 runs on that one to make the score now 5-2. It should have been an easy double, but once again I hit the wrong button. Strike number one here. Strike number two. Nice pitching. Ooh, that was close. 1-2 now. Got him for out number 3, but we did score 2 more runs on that one by the nice hit by Shaz Hatter. Should have been a stand-up double, but again, I hit the wrong button. I need to get better at base running. And we're going to bring in our closing pitcher here, Wally Flan. Try to end this one here, hopefully. Dolly Perkins up to bat. Back to kind of a left-handed pitcher here. Havoc Middleman was our pitcher earlier. I don't know if that's smart. Ooh, strike number 2 though. Now we're going to come with a changeup to the outside and fooled. Oh, come on, guys. What are you guys doing? I guess that was perfectly hit. Perfectly hit into the spot that it needed to be, so that turned into a base hit. That's a little frustrating. Come on now, guys. Fooled him there. Let's not make any silly plays. Let's try to get a double play here, and we're going to have an opportunity. And there it is, double play. Nice play by the defense there. In order to get that one, that's going to bring up Hefty Martinelli. Let's see if we can get this last out and get our first win here. Fooled for strike number 1. Strike number 2. Where do we want to go? Let's go high and back inside. And there it is, strike number 3. The Wranglers are going to win their first game here in Season 2 against the Brown Bears. 5-2. What a game here by the Wranglers. Very exciting here to get going again, get a win to start the season. Let's take a look here quickly at the stats. We ended up with 12 hits and 5 runs. Hopefully, we're gonna kind of do what we did last season. I know that I kind of started out basically first 8 games of the season we played on one specific ego, and then I upped it for the second half, and so we're gonna kind of we're gonna continue to play with that, I'm sure. We'll see how this 47 ego goes. And no matter what, we're gonna play this first 8 8 games of the season on 47 ego, and then we'll kind of go from there, whether or not we feel like we need to go up and or down by 1 or 2 points. Whatever we decide to do here. Bro Davis, not the best start here for the Wranglers, but he did have an RBI, so that was nice to see. Nickel King was able to get the home run. Shaz Hatter had a couple of RBIs there, so that's good to see, of course. And then we had some great pitching by Havoc Middleman. Let's take a look here at what he did. He basically pitched for 6 innings, had 10 strikeouts. What a day there by Havoc Middleman. Did give up the home run, but still gets the win. Emmett Beefy came in, didn't really pitch that well. Obviously gave up some runs, which we didn't really want to see. But then Wally Flan was able to come in and get the save for us after we scored a couple more runs there in the 9th. So that was good to see. Havoc Middleman is obviously our player of the game, with Nickel King right behind him because he had that home run. And Hogwash for the Brown Bears gets the player of the game there. Let's go ahead and skip out the rest of this stuff now. Very exciting start here to our 2nd season. I'm excited about it. It's nice to get back on the winning ways, especially after going 1-9 on 50 ego. That was tough to deal with, but we did it. And now it's nice to get back on the winning track here to start this season. We're going to go ahead and simulate through again. We've got some changes to the Great Vacation League. We added 4 teams. We added 2 in the Beach Division, 2 in the Mountain Division. We've now got the Yellowfins and the Seafarers in the Beach Division, and we now have the Woodsmiths and the Mountain Lions in the Mountain Division. So exciting teams that we have going now. Exciting part of this too is that I brought some players over from my Red Rock Wranglers Team Builder Dynasty on NCAA Football 14. Specifically, the Yellowfins are kind of led by, if you will, Freddie Chavis, who was a cornerback from the Red Rock Wranglers, as well as the Mountain Lions, who were kind of led by C.J. Drew, one of the wide receivers from the team. And then we've got the Seafarers, who are led by Van Cruz. And then the Woodsmiths have Obi McNair, who was one of our wide receivers as well. Sorry, Van Cruz was one of our corners. So kind of our top 2 corners and our top 2 wide receivers that we ultimately lost, they were seniors. Obviously not good enough to go to the NFL, so they're here on Super Mega Baseball 2. The other big one was Morris Stewart, who we actually added to our squad, who got an at-bat today, but unfortunately hit it right to the third baseman for the easy out. But here we go to start. We have simulated through. We've got now 3 teams here in the Mountain Division: Woodsmiths, Wranglers, and Foresters with a 1-0 record. Brown Bears now 1-1. They played a couple extra games. Sharks are 0-2 there. And then we've got the Bottlenoses, Yellowfins, and Swordfish also at 1-0. So that's a very good start here. We are going to be facing, it looks like, the Logmen in our next game here. It's going to be Beth Resplendent, it looks like, against Ralph McRalphie. Ralph McRalphie had a very good end to our season, even though we were kind of struggling a little bit at the end of last season. He was probably one of the lone bright spots. He actually pitched the one game that we won on 50 ego. And so, I'm excited to see him get back into pitching. Logmen currently at 0-1. They actually were the Season 1 champions, so it's nice to go up against them. They had to make some changes at catcher, as they had a player by the name of Withers Ocean that obviously just did not fit the Mountain Division, so they traded him away for a player by the name of Dax Pine. So that is their new catcher, and so we'll have to see how that affects their team. But I am very excited to get going here with game number 2, but we're going to do that next time. So we are going to end the stream this evening. I appreciate everyone coming out and watching. We will continue here with Season 2 moving forward next week, and we will be very excited to bring to you a game against the Logmen, the Season 1 champions. I am very excited to play this game, but we're going to wait on it and do it next time. So thank you again for watching. I appreciate all of your support, and we will see you guys next time. Although, wait, before I say that, I should say that tomorrow night's plan is to play a little Madden 18. We're going to do the off-season in that one. So please tune in tomorrow night as we do our off-season for Madden 18 and our Salt Lake City Flyers expansion franchise off-season number 1. So that will be very exciting. So please join me for that one. Thank you again for watching tonight, and we will see you next time.